First of all, hi, hello, I'm back and for good. Thanks for not unsubscribing. Today we're talking about the Trump prophecy. First, I want to say that mental health is important, and while I make fun of the main character, I only do so because he's not a very nice person who has promoted really dangerous conspiracy theories over the years. So yeah, this is based on a true story, and the word truth is doing a lot of work on there. This is the story of Mark Taylor, a firefighter who started hearing voices, and instead of going to see a doctor or a therapist, he got a book deal thanks to a bunch of white evangelical Christians who encouraged his delusion. Thanks to Russia, Facebook, and James Comey, his delusion became sadly true, and now we're living in a nightmare. Yay! Before we get into the plot of the movie, let's talk about the acting real quick. The acting is horrendous, which is on brand for most Christian movies. The main actor delivers each line with his compliment to his wife for fighting a fire demon like he's bored. Why does every person take so long to answer a question or to talk? How are you? I'm fine. Thanks. That was even quicker than the movie because I can't even do this in real life. What the? Oh my god. Did a zombie write this movie? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that explains it. The movie starts with a 10-minute sequence of a fire because Mark Taylor is a firefighter, or was a firefighter. Don't worry, Caleb, you're still my favorite firefighter. In that fire, a little boy dies, and then Mark starts seeing a fire demon in his dreams. That should have been the first red flag right there. So then after 20 years of being a firefighter, Mark decides to retire, which, good for him. But at one point, a demon camp pushes him down. He's like, what is happening to me? Mark, that is a great question. Okay, so he does go see a doctor who diagnoses him with PTSD, which is probably accurate given his profession, but if only he had kept on taking the meds. Well, in fact, he never even started taking the meds. He literally said in the movie, I'm not taking those pills. His wife does not contradict him, she just says, okay. So Mark also has a dream about the kid that died in the fire, and then he asks this question. He was just a little boy. Why would God allow that to happen? That is a great question, movie. Of course, they don't answer that question. It's really the old question is why do bad things happen to good people? So it's really getting into the problem of evil, which is a great philosophical question that you can answer with religion, but the movie does not address that at all. So why raise it in the first place? So Mark retires, and the movie has a montage about his wife and them just fishing and playing frisbee. Woohoo! He keeps seeing the fire demon, but again refuses to take the medication still. Eventually gets a second opinion. Except that this new doctor says that he's going to help him mentally. Okay, that's good. Physically, good. But he should have stopped there. Then he adds spiritually. I'm pretty sure that's not a class in medical school. So this totally real and qualified medical doctor tells Mark that he needs to listen to the voice of God. Listen, if your doctor tells you to do that, then maybe get a different doctor. So a few scenes later, Mark sees a floating disco ball that he thinks is God, which then zaps him. And now he apparently is a changed man. I am not making this up. So the pivotal scene, if you will, is when Mark falls asleep, has yet another creepy dream, and wakes up to hear Donald Trump on the television. Then he writes on his journal, God says you're hearing the voice of the president. I can't help myself, I gotta make that voice, I don't know why. So if Mark had woken up to SpongeBob, I think this will be a different movie and reality. Then Mark goes see a different doctor, and here's where things make a turn but for the worse. And I meant that for humanity. Mark shows his doctor his journal, which talked about Trump being president from 2011. The doctor then asks if his wife can read it. Why? Is this a common thing doctors do? Hey, can my wife read your crazy ramblings? So Mark also had a copy ready because obviously my journals are important and everybody wants to read it. So his delusional grandeur, it's to the peak level right here. The doctor, I can repeat, the person who supposedly went to medical school, said that his wife has a keen sense for interpreting things like that. What? Anyway, instead of treating his PTSD, Mark's doctor and his wife encouraged him to share his prophecy with the whole world. Also, side note, everyone takes Mark at his word. You could write a journal in 3 months and say you wrote it 5 years ago. No one knew the difference. Look, I wrote a journal about Joe Biden being president. I got that prophecy in 2012. Where's my book deal? So Karen, the doctor's wife, that's not her real name, but she's a Karen. She keeps saying that Mark's delusional journal has a rhythm of truth. She keeps using the word rhythm. I don't think it means what she thinks it means. So based on white supremacy, Karen decides to start a national prayer chain for Donald Trump. So in one scene that's played for laughs, oh so funny, we get a look at white privilege and Christian exceptionalism. Karen's on a flight, which happens to be at the same time as a phone call she started and scheduled. And even though she was the one leading this prayer, she should have known that she was going to be in a flight. Anyway, she locks herself in the bathroom right before takeoff and starts praying loudly on the phone, completely ignoring the flight attendant and the takeoff signs and everything. Can you imagine if this is a brown person named Ahmed praying to Muhammad? He would have been shot on sight, no questions asked. Nobody would be laughing about this and making a movie out of it. Karen then decides to appropriate Jewish culture and asks everyone she knows to blow a shofar during election day, which is also played for laughs. So that's basically the plot of the movie. But here's a moment that it just made me go, what? Mark says he went to the gym. The doctor wife says, wow, your voice still sounds stronger. Your voice? What kind of gym is it going to? Is it biceps and voice day? Don't skip voice day, bro. What is happening here? We eventually get to the unfortunate climax of the movie when Trump becomes president. It's a very, very dark timeline. Can a miracle be bad? If this is a miracle, can it be a bad miracle? And then the movie ends with about 20 minutes of talking heads and someone known right-wing preachers talking about, I don't even know. I stopped watching. It was just too much to deal with. You can watch if you want to. I don't recommend that. Your brain cells will literally die. The Trump Prophecy is a terrible movie, which is fitting because Donald Trump is a terrible person. He cannot be president again. Someone please take Mark's journals away. He cannot write this into truth again, or whatever they say. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for your patience. I'll be back soon, very soon.